Welcome to the Seeking Success podcast with KNR,
Khalil.
Nolan, what's
and
up, everyone?
Radies. So in this episode, it's going to go out, I guess, more so to our younger audience, and we're going to talk about what we think you should be doing after high school. So should you go to post-secondary?
Yeah.
Should you take a year off? Et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean,
And kind of what we did. Post-secondary,
kind of
how we
talk
went
about our
about it.
experiences and, what people have recommended to us and all that type of stuff. So I guess, first off, I want to say, before, people think we're going to be bashing school, we're not bashing school. School is important. Like, post-secondary is very important.
Very
I
important.
think, first off, everyone should have their high school done. I feel like they should.
No, high school, in my opinion, is a given. Like,
Exactly. Or your
you
GED.
you gotta finish it, right? Like,
Exactly. And, obviously we need doctors, we need lawyers, we need all these type of people. We're not saying school is bad, don't go to school. We're just, again, talking from our experiences, things we've done and things
it all
we've seen.
it all depends on the path you choose to take, right? But
Yeah, and I guess
Exactly.
to jump right into it. So, do you want to start on what we did post-secondary?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
we can do that. Yeah, we'll start with Khalil.
yeah, hop into it.
All right. So, of course, the typical route. Everyone wants you to go to university. I'm in school in New York, and everyone around me, their main goal is to go to university. I swear, half the people don't even know what they want to do in university or where they're going to take it. But that's just the mentality everyone has. So, of my mom, she's a real estate agent, so she did want me to. She did want me to go to university, get an education. She didn't really She wasn't super predominant on it, but she still wanted me to go. So I decided I was gonna go for economics, and I was only going because if I was gonna go to school, I'm gonna go so it can benefit me. I'm not gonna go so I'm sitting there wasting my time and I'm gonna get a degree I'm never gonna use. So I decided, I was like, what can I learn from? And I was either gonna take economics or something in the business route. Business was kind of too simple, and I know I can learn all that on my own. So I decided economics, where I'd be learning anything about the economy, which kind of ties into what I really want to do, which is real estate and things in that sense. So I went, of course. I was literally after a month there. Don't get me wrong, university is a great time, mainly because of the social aspect. You meet so many new people,
Partying.
you partying, and it's just, unless you get that social experience that you would be missing if you didn't go.
I think Ty Lopez or someone on Twitter, I reposted on Anything Financial, but it literally said one of the main components to college and university is to network. So if your networking game isn't strong, you're missing the point.
Exactly.
It's shit, that's true, right? So
Exactly. And it's good to be able to say, for example, I have people I know that live in New York City. I have people I know that live in Buffalo. It's
connections,
connections,
right?
exactly. That can take me who knows where in the future. But back to what I was saying. I was literally a month in school. I'm sitting in the class and I'm I really just dozed off. I'm what am I doing here? I'm wasting all my time. I could barely understand my economics teacher. So I'm literally just reading and trying to learn everything on my own. I would go back to my dorm and do homework for hours, and everything I'm doing, I'm okay, go to the next page. I'm searching it up on Google. I'm learning myself because it's in college you definitely are on your own. Of course, it depends on what you're taking, but for me, my experience, it was a waste of my time. I felt like I could be learning this on my own, as well as putting my effort into something else that I actually want to do and feel like it could take me farther in life. So that's why I decided to drop out and get my mortgage license. Of course, since my mom's a real estate agent, before that, I was in that field a lot. She would get me to go do showings on my own and things like that. And I was just always in the environment. So it was interesting me and something that I'd like to do. So yeah, I left, got my real estate license, and the rest is history. Nolan, do you want to?
Yeah, it's somewhat similar. I think in grade 11, I was in a business class. Whatever in high school, I don't know what it's called, business, whatever. Business class, right? Grade 11, and I'm sitting there in grade 11. I'm already thinking, I knew in grade 11 already, I want to do business. I want to do something, with finance, something to make money in that sense, right? I'm sitting there, though, and this is my thought. How can this teacher be teaching me about business when it's a teacher? And right there, I was fuck it, I'm not going to school. As soon as I took that in, because I'm you're trying to teach us about how to be an entrepreneur, how to make your own money, but you're a teacher. It's not, it's not connecting. It wasn't
Never owned a
owner.
business.
It wasn't, Elon Musk in there. It was a fucking, it just couldn't wrap my head around that. So from there, Again, I already spoke about this and touched on this in the previous episode 1, about how I didn't apply to any schools or anything. I just, finished high school and that was it for schooling. And then again, come when I was 18, got my mortgage license, and then from there, I realized self-learning and taking action in that sense is almost the same as university and college. And the shit I've learned in the past 2 years from me ending high school till now, I've literally learned more than I have, my whole life, right?
Literally.
In the past 2 years. And that was all me learning myself. Free too. Of course, I've taken some courses that's an investment though.
Yeah, whatever.
But the amount I've learned, I don't think from what I've learned so far that a class within college or university, at least for what I want to learn, could have taught me that. So
100%.
From that, again, I'm not bashing school in any sense. It's needed and it's there for a reason. But for at least my path I wanted to take, it just wouldn't make sense. And I'm happy that I didn't go to school, didn't jump into it, didn't put myself into crippling debt. So,
And quickly before Radies goes on to his story, to show you how deep I was about to be invested in the school life, me and my mom traveled to California 2 different times to go on school tours.
He is fucked.
So one school I was going into I went on a school tour for it was in UCLA. I think it was UCLA, and then the other one was like UC Berkeley, which is in San Francisco. And like I was going on school tours there, and really was about to invest my life into this. And then I'm glad I didn't, because like I said, everything happens for a reason. So of course.
Yeah,
I went down.
I know personally, if I was in college or university, especially at the dorms or on campus, shit, I'd be partying a lot, right?
Yeah, like so. I was like this close to joining a frat in Buffalo, and
see
like
my point proven.
It's
right?
not even like I'm kind of glad I didn't go down the road, because it's like you get over it after a while. Like I'm glad I went there for that first month, because of course I experienced the partying.
How long can you do this partying? How
Exactly.
long every night? Like sure, it's still gonna be fun, but like you wake up and be like, my purpose is what drives you, right? So sorry though.
No.
Go into.
Well, I mean, Stefan Arnio does say a man's purpose is his work, right?
Yeah, exactly,
so
right.
That's interesting there. But okay, so I guess my story, in high school, like again, so I have like brown immigrant parents, and if you have, the stereotype is very much real, where they want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, and obviously I did not want to do either of those things, but the whole goal/plan was to go to university, because ever since a young kid they always instilled, you gotta go to university, buy a house, start a family, this, that, whatever, right? So that was like the whole game plan, I guess, subconsciously. And then, I was going to university fairs. Like, I was like, oh, like maybe I'll go into like nursing. I'll go into kinesiology, do all this shit. Like me and Melvin, we'd always like go to like university fairs together. And then literally, I decided, okay, like I'll get a bio major and a minor in French, and I'll teach bio and French. Because I mean, hey, why not? That'll be cool. And then I realized if I did not do a major in bio, I didn't have to take super hard science courses in grade 12. Grade 12 chemistry was insane. I went to a school called Mary Ward.
I agree, because after grade 10, what was it? It was grade 11.
Yeah.
After grade 10, whatever the grade was, I didn't even take science. I took math all the way, but science fucked my day up. No cap.
Yeah.
Biology class.
Couldn't do that shit.
But yeah, I mean, I went to a high school called Mary Ward, and it's literally like university. Like there's only 2 schools like this in Canada.
Yeah, that was neat. Before I married Dees, I didn't even know this was a thing. He gave me the whole rundown. I was like, bro, why wasn't I taking that in high school?
Yeah.
Although, you give and take what you get from it, but I didn't know that was a thing. So
yeah, and I mean, I'll definitely go in detail another time about how that school works. It was pretty much like university, but yeah, high level. That was the plan, and I always was, I guess, like into business and that sort of stuff as a kid. And then I was gonna be a French teacher, so went to school for a week, and literally after that, I was like, okay, 1, I'm wasting a lot of time. 2, I'm not learning. Like I'm in my French class and no one's speaking French. And I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, imagine you go to like learn math and like you don't do math. Like, it doesn't make sense. So for me, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm out of here. Went to pursue my real estate license. And then again, that's how this whole journey started. But I guess here's one thing that I feel like should be like not like an industry standard, like a rule. I feel like everyone should take a year off.
And that was my thing, right?
Yeah.
That was, not even so much with the schooling. It was like I just couldn't comprehend just jumping right into it, where the amount of money, and you're at that age where you're so impressionable, where for a week you could think this is fucking amazing, but the longevity of it, and like, are you going to be interested in what you're taking now for an actual career 4 years from now, right? You got to
Yeah.
think 4 years
Bro, but
from when
here's-
you finish the whole thing, right? Is that what you're going to actually want to do for your life? Because now you've just put that money in and spent 4 years learning about it, right?
But
That's
here's
my
the,
thing.
Here's the crazy part. It's not always 4 years. 4 years is just for an undergrad.
Yeah.
Like
Beyond
after
me,
that,
beyond
like you know
me.
what I mean? Like,
Bachelor's.
there's, I don't think again, I could be wrong, but I don't think there's any undergrad that will net you a 6-figure income. I'm pretty sure if you want that 6-figure income, you need to do a master's or multiple different. Like even for me to be a French teacher, that's 6 years.
Still, even then, it's not guaranteeing you a job. None of that.
And the major thing that a lot of people aren't taking in is that's whole 6 years you're collecting debt. When
Yeah.
for right now, that 6 years of, let's say, us developing our business skills and whatever, we're still making money. You know,
Yeah.
we're grinding away. We're building the foundation where after that 6 years of whatever your degree may be, now you're building the foundation. And you're also behind because you
'Cause you're
have
in
to
debt.
fucking pay the debt off.
Yeah.
Right?
And exactly, and especially like
So-
that's what you guys have to always remember is like just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Especially at that young age, nobody realistically knows. At 18, nobody really knows exactly what they're going to be wanting to do in 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
It's
crazy how
insane.
it's kind of crazy how they put that on you at such a young age.
It's so broken.
Again,
It is.
even
It's
you,
very
you
broken.
can literally take us as an example from us being 18 to now 20. Like shit has changed dramatically for
Yeah.
only 2 years. So just imagine you guys, you know what I mean? Like coming out of high school and shit, especially now with how the world is. Like, you know, you never know, right?
And-
so I 100% agree with your D's. Take the year off if you can.
Yeah.
Why
And
not?
gain some
What are you going
insight.
to lose from it, right? Like,
Take time to like really learn on your own and explore your options because that was my main thing. Is like I don't know enough about what's out there for me to decide what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
Bro,
So
it's
that's
not
why
even,
I took that
it's not
time
even
to like
that,
decide.
right? Because like obviously you like all of us, everyone, they don't know what's out there, but it's like you don't even know what's in like yourself. Like what
Yeah.
do you actually want?
Yeah.
Because like I feel like a lot of the times we have huge influences from our parents saying, "Oh, like you should do this," or like, "Bro, like
Definitely.
if your mom's a doctor and your dad's a doctor, there's a good chance you're gonna
For
just
sure.
Be a doctor.
naturally gravitate towards like being a doctor."
Yeah.
Right? Because that's all you knew. That's all you grew up with.
Yeah.
But again, it's like if you take that year off, do your own thing, get like a part-time job, do a shit ton of research,
meet
try
some
new experiences,
meet
Yeah.
some new people, right? Go
right?
out, do your
Network.
thing.
Meet people
like,
similar,
find
like-minded,
yourself.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like once that happens, it's like then you can say, okay, like let's just say you want to get into business. Do I want to go into business school? Do I want to start my own business? Do I want to find a mentor? That
Yeah.
type of thing, right? Like there's so many different options.
And
I,
Go,
sorry,
go,
I feel though a lot of people almost again jump into school right away, literally right away, because one for their parents and
Yeah.
just the sake of to get them off their back, like I'm in school, I'm doing whatever. Two, to follow the crowd of, oh, my friends are doing this, so like I have to be in school. Oh, they're looking at me different because I'm not in school, whatever. Like
yeah.
when it realistically it comes down to you are yourself. Like no
Exactly.
one else is you. So why aren't you doing what you want to do, right? You got to
Yeah.
follow like again, this is why it could take a year. It could even take 4 years. But what do you want to do, right? You got to be true to yourself. And I feel that if you take that year off, you have some time to develop yourself and actually look at the whole picture, not just be tunnel vision into school.
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. That's why you have to really like say, for example, you do have those really strict parents that are dead set on you going to school. Say, for example, your interest is art or like business. Of course, your parents are gonna be like, oh, you're interested in art. Why are you? That's not gonna make you any money. But if you feel like that's your true passion, that's what you want to do. Of course, pursue that. Do whatever you have to do. Whether it's, say, for example, you have to your parents are forcing you to go to school. Try and go to school for something that is in touch with what you actually want to do. For example, art, and then you have to be doing art on the side or be doing some type of like something to like benefit like
a
your
side
true
hustle.
like a side hustle. And of course you're gonna have to work double the time that maybe someone who's not in school. But it's like in the long run, it's like I don't even know.
I don't know, it's just what you
here's-
want to do, right?
Like here's my thing, right? Like people always say like, oh, my parents are forcing me to go to school.
Yeah.
Are they really though?
Yeah,
Like, cause,
are,
'cause,
like-
like think about it. Like, can your parents really, like, realistically, right?
Is it just you're scared of the like interaction?
It's a
you're gonna
scare
have
that
with
is what
your
people-
parents?
yeah.
Like, no one's forcing you to do anything. Is people are scared. One, to do the interaction. Two, you don't really want the thing that you think you want. Because think about it this
That's
way,
it,
right?
that's
Let's
it.
just say I'm going to school and I quote unquote want to be a real estate agent, but the only way for me to do that is I have to move out of my house, pay rent, live in a basement, and literally eat shit for 4 years. If I really wanted to be a realtor, I would do that.
Yeah.
Right? But I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of these people, it's like they're just like imposters. Like it's like a fake identity they created for themselves.
It's like, almost like people use school as a status thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not even.
That's very
Again,
true.
they don't want to do that. Like you're saying, they don't want to do that. They don't have any intention to actually take it serious, but they're still doing it because they want their parents to be proud of them. They want their friends to look at them. Oh shit, you did that? Like no way, bro. Whatever it may be, you know. Like, but the only way you're gonna be happy is if you're true to yourself, right? It doesn't matter what other people think. Like fuck, you know.
Yeah, like you really cannot like let yourself fall under the influence of other people and what other people are doing, because in the long run, those people are not going to benefit you. So don't care about what people think. Don't say, for example, you choose not to go to school. Don't let other people judge you, and like don't let them make you feel like a failure for doing that.
And I know our audience, like we have a few members within high school already. I've got like literally a couple weeks ago we had a conversation with one of our buddies. You know, what do they want to do with going into this year of high school and everything, right? My advice though in that sense, if you just like in grade 12 about to finish high school, and kind of thinking like Radies said, please just try and take that year off if you can, and literally focus strictly on self-development and investing within yourself. Whether that be reading like every day, watching YouTube videos, developing your business and foundation in that sense. Just find something that you're passionate about and just learn about that for the whole year you're taking off. And then see after that year, do I want to go into school or
100%.
do I want to just continue on this path of self-development or whatever it may be? But yeah, just don't jump into it is what I'm trying to say if you're in grade 12.
And say school is your path and that's what you feel like you're going to go into for the next 4 years. Take it seriously at least. Don't waste your time there partying the whole time, of course, because like you're spending all that money. So you need to kind of like leave there with something, because like it's going to be so shitty for you to spend 4 years there and look back and be like, what did I do for the past 4 years and what did I pay for? Like,
like where's my progress now? Other than the fact of partying, because it's a given if you're in school, that's, you know, whatever, that is what it is. But you got to focus on, you know, bettering yourself and what are you coming out of school with, right? That's the picture. Sorry.
Because I was gonna say like it's one thing to come out of debt, right? Because who knows, maybe like your parents are paying for your school, or maybe whatever.
That's not
like,
even a
maybe
thing.
the money's not a thing, but the one thing that you will never get back is the time.
Right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, what are you gonna come out of not high school? What are you coming out of college or university with, right?
Yeah.
Other than the
piece of paper.
than the degree, you know, now what?
Exactly.
What, right?
And you also have to think about, Nolan mentioned this at the start, you're learning from somebody that's not doing what you want to do.
My
so
whole
it's like
point, right?
you can't that's the number one thing that like we've definitely learned that in the past like couple of years is like you can't learn from somebody if they're not doing it. So if you really truly want to go down a certain path and you feel like school might do it, then try and find like a mentor, find someone doing what you want to do and get them to teach you, because you will learn 10 times more in that sense and it will give you the experience you need.
Facts. And on another note, this is like I definitely go to school too if they had people who are in the subject teaching that subject. And this is in LA or somewhere around that area. They have, I don't know the name of the school, but it's a school like that and they've had like Elon Musk come in. They've had all these like, you know, actual people in the fields doing what they're saying come teach the classes. And when
insane.
Obviously it's thousands of dollars. I already looked into it a couple times. It was insane.
Yeah.
I definitely go to that, but like that should almost be the standard in my opinion. It's not, and that's how society is, because if they unlocked all these secrets and the curriculums changed to actually help people, everyone would, you know, the economy would start to fall apart because we rely on these people for, you know, what it is. Not everyone can be rich, right? But
of course. Well,
imagine everyone could.
Here's one, I feel like another principle I should have said in the start. I do not see even 0.1% of a reason as to why someone would go to school to learn business.
Oh no, business do not.
I do not. It is insane. Like I can't wrap my head around how there's gonna be a professor teaching you marketing or entrepreneurship or, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like they don't, one, do it themselves, and two, the shit that they're teaching you is outdated as hell.
And I guarantee you we've learned everything in like that 2-year course in the past year on our own.
Easily.
And more.
It's on a course where you're not actually like, for us, you know, we're making Instagram accounts, putting out videos, talking to people, doing phone calls, face-to-face meetings, whatever it may be. Where you know, we're learning though still. Where now they're at school reading from a textbook. Oh, you gotta send out ads. You gotta do Facebook. Whatever it may be. I don't even know
we're actually doing it.
But yeah, we're learning. we're strategizing, completing our foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and now we have like a full game plan to go forward.
Exactly.
Where, you know, they do that. They know the terminology, but now what, right?
Yeah,
they
it's
don't
like
know
you
the
haven't
actions.
applied it into practice. Like it's like textbook learning is only gonna like the best analogy is like you can only watch so many videos on how to like ride a bike, but you're not gonna actually know how to ride a bike until you sit on the bike and actually ride the bike, right? So it's like
and that's what I feel like. A lot of people that go into those business classes, those kind of like pointless classes, quote unquote, and like those are the ones that like they don't know what they truly want to do, so they just choose something. They just choose something.
Yeah,
and that's
it.
it.
I want to learn business.
Yeah,
so
like they just
go into business.
All right, I'll
like,
take business. If you're going into school and you're like iffy about what you're doing, then you shouldn't be there in the first place.
Agreed.
Like
Because
you
again,
definitely
you're
should not be
losing out
there.
on money and time. And again, you can find yourself for free, literally just by following your passion, doing what you like, meeting with like-minded people, finding mentors. Again, like Nolan mentioned in the year off, find as many mentors as you can. Like think of how many mentors we've literally made relationships with for free within the past 2 years. Like
To this day, I could call up and they're willing to give me advice.
Yeah, they're
at
always
any time.
there for us.
Exactly.
And you also got to think about
For free.
Yeah, definitely for free.
For free.
But think about how many times we've heard, probably over 100 times, is like they wish they started when they were our age.
Oh, yeah.
So like that's another thing about going to school. It's like if you know what you want to do, you might as well start now, because then you have that time to build up the knowledge and all those things, and like you're not losing anything.
Yeah. I guess though, to wrap up this, that was definitely our kind of opinions on what to do post-secondary, our personal experiences post-secondary, and kind of our thoughts on, you know, when it comes to business, at least, you know, where you should kind of put your perspective towards, right? But
With anything, yeah.
Other than that, again, my final piece of advice, especially for grade 12s, just take some time off and just, again, find yourself. Yeah, find yourself is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I guess like my like closing thoughts as well. Literally invest in yourself, get courses, mentors, read books, listen to podcasts like these, and literally just learn as much as you can if you do take a year off. Even if you don't take a year off, literally remember school is not the only place where you can learn.
Yeah.
A lot of the learning gets done in real life and you know, other ways as well.
Exactly. And make sure you guys are not going to school just because everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, don't be a sheep.
Be
right?
your own person.
Don't be a sheep. But yeah,
exactly. And
on that note, I hope everyone continues to seek success.
Yep,
and
the course is available, by the way.
100%. Go check it out at Radies' Instagram.
Yes.
It'll probably be in the
show
description,
notes or
everything
something.
in that
Yeah.
sense.
Go check
But
that
yeah,
out.
I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. Hopefully next episode, I believe we're going to have a guest, undisclosed now, but we'll let you know.
So yeah, stay tuned for episode 3. It's going
yeah.
to be insane.
But yeah, thank you guys a lot. And remember, stay seeking success.
Yes, sir.